Welcome to Some Awesome Films. I'm Rob.
And I'm Jared.
Today we're going to review Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Giant robots.
Del Toro's film.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro, Mr. Hellboy.
Yeah.
Could have been the Hobbit man, but he turned it down.
Did he? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, to make
wow.
this.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh man, what a... Oh,
Poor guy.
you idiot.
But-
anyway, I challenge you now to give everyone a 10-second plot synopsis of this movie.
Giant robots fight creatures that come out of a hole in the ocean, and Charlie Hunnam is the only pilot worthy of the cause who can fight them, along with a couple of other pilots. But Charlie Hunnam's the main character.
Good, nice. I think that was 8 seconds I got in my head.
You counted
So,
that?
yeah,
Oh,
I
so I
did
got 2
count
extra
that.
seconds.
I reckon.
There's also a Japanese girl who is his friend.
Nice.
There you go.
Maybe more than friends, but
Maybe
you have to actually
more.
see the movie to get that. There you go.
There you go. That's
You only
the plot.
need 10 seconds to understand this plot, because the only good thing about this movie is fighting.
Giant robots for
things.
Evangelion, the movie.
It's through and through
Inspired
Evangelion.
by, for sure. If it's not inspired by Evangelion.
There's
then,
barely any inspiration there. It's just
It
Evangelion.
is. But of course, they try to avoid Japan. I guess they
Yeah.
want to be sued.
They
So they set it in Hong
Hong
Kong
Kong.
instead.
It's a little bit confusing, that.
Yeah.
And with some Australian influence, close
yeah,
at heart.
it was good to see Sydney getting destroyed. I guess.
Yeah. Who cares
probably not
about
the
Sydney
best thing
anyway?
to say.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, take that, Sydney.
Yeah.
Giant robots fighting in the rain.
Yeah. Lots of rain.
In the rain.
So
Water effects
So the effects
galore.
of this are really cool. Like plot, pretty bad.
Pretty
It's,
average. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was bad. It did keep me twist and turny
Yeah.
a bit. But the twists and turns came at the start of the movie.
I like to
And I
refer.
was like, oh, well.
I refer to this movie as a novelty film. You go
Yeah.
to watch this for a bit of a
For giant robots fighting
for-
alien
just
monsters.
to watch fighting, and
Yeah.
you go like, oh, that was cool CGI, like lots of rain and sparks and
And
stuff.
then you meet
but
the people and you're like, come on,
Yeah.
get in your robots and fight some shit.
the acting is terrible, and you just want them to shut up and get back in the robots.
Charlie Hunnam is in Sons of Anarchy. He was in Green
Green
Street
Street Hooligans,
yeah.
Would have been younger
Um,
back then.
But he's in Sons of Anarchy, and he has this way of walking, which I thought was for his character in Sons of Anarchy. He walks that way naturally. When you see this, and if you're thinking of walking, and you're thinking of him, like if you've got the idea like to pay attention to the way he walks, you'll see it. You'll see what I mean.
Is
It
this like
fucking drives me mental.
This isn't like the walking right leg, right hand.
It's
at the
like
same
he's
time, is
playing
it?
baseball
Yeah.
with both hands.
But it works
Just
for this.
swinging
because
his arms
he was in-
swagger. It's ultimate swagger,
Let's face it, he was in a cross trainer the entire time of this
which
film.
was
It's-
good. They strapped him down so he couldn't walk like this. Oh man,
So the walking just looked retarded. Who
that
cares?
that drove me mental.
Well, what drove me
That
mental
was
was-
my fault with the movie. I'll be honest. Walking.
Now, my biggest fault, I still think, or probably not my biggest, there were plenty of faults, but
That's my
the thing
biggest
that
fault,
bothered me, being an Australian, was having a Canadian actor put on an Australian
And
accent.
an American.
And an American actor. Why didn't you just get two Australians? Come
Yeah,
on.
I didn't get that. It was kind of like, yeah, Australia represent. You got
Yeah,
Sydney and
but it
stuff. Oh, by the way, you've got some Canadians and Americans playing your Australians. It's like,
Yeah.
laid on thick,
and you
boys.
You could tell.
Crikey, mate, that's a ripper of a robot.
Oh, get
you
back
got.
in the robot there, eh, mate? We don't
Fuck.
talk that bad, I don't think.
Nah,
Apparently
Yeah.
we sound more British.
drove me mental. But I say the walking drove me mental as well. But I guess my biggest complaint was Charlie Day, the scientist.
Oh, yeah.
His little
He was
side.
a dude from that Horrible Bosses, wasn't he?
He was in Horrible Bosses,
that's
yeah,
right, yeah.
and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. His little sciencey side plot of mind melding with
the brains
the
of
kaijus.
the aliens, yep. Kaijus, yeah, that's right.
That's
Aliens are
the
kaijus.
giant aliens, the kaijus,
And the robots are
Jaegers.
Jaegers. Or Jaegers.
Yeah, his little side plot ruined. It came too early. It started like he had this idea, and then they did it straight away,
Yeah, they did that heaps, actually. A lot of little things
and it gave
popped up.
away
It's like, who cares?
what could have been good twists at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because they
See-
explain the rift too in depth from the start, and you're kind
Yeah.
of like, oh well, there's no surprises in that hole.
And in the end, he just runs into the office and says, don't do that, do this instead. Okay, and that was it.
Yeah.
There was no real climax to it, it just happened. But it's funny, 'cause
People die. Who cares?
yeah, it really
No one
was like
gave a
that.
shit.
But that was the best bit. I loved the death. I loved the fighting where
the
people, where
robots
the robots
getting
were smashed.
fucked up.
Yeah. I was like, yes.
In the
Rip his
rain.
head off.
In the rain.
In the rain with sparks flying
With
in the inside
sparks,
as well. Yeah.
rain and sparks.
Rain and
I don't know if they did that to hide CGI or because they thought it would look cool in 3D.
maybe. Which the 3D was good. It was
I
good.
don't know
except
if
for
it
the
was
subtitles.
I don't know if it was filmed in 3D, but the 3D looked good on like.
Probably looked good because it was subtle.
But when they had subtitles, holy shit, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah, man, I had to like close an eye to be able to
I
read
couldn't
the
read that.
subtitles.
That just blurred and double, triple, quadruple visioned on me.
But the movie is still good in 3D.
Cool
I'd still go see it in
fighting
3D.
robots
if
in
you could.
3D.
But yeah, like all these little plot stories, kind of, all these offshoots. And I was thinking, why do we care about that? Like the guy in the construction site, for instance.
Construction shot,
Yeah,
random dude.
and Ron Perlman playing
Ron
the
Perlman in there.
Hannibal.
Sorry for that one.
Something or other?
Now you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry about that. There's kind
Our
of
crowd,
it's not
kind
really
of
a spoiler.
It's not. Our crowd shit their dacks when he came on screen.
Oh, they got really
he's
excited
Hellboy.
over it. Yeah,
Del
it's
Toro
Hellboy.
and
Who'd have thought?
yeah, there you go.
But there's more to his story. Obviously, they made him as
It's
a real
like-
big character. But
Like they did this with Superman as well, where they had the comic books come out. They made comics for
so
this.
I didn't know this until you told me. So. Makes sense
with
now.
backstories. So I don't know. I haven't read them, so I'm just making shit up now. But I don't know if they
They must have gone through.
gone
this
a bit more
Hannibal
in depth
character.
with this other stuff, because a lot of this stuff they just assume you should understand.
I reckon
Like
this movie.
the
would have been-
kaiju's hunting a certain person.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Did they
Yeah,
know
straight away.
something he knew, or I don't know.
I reckon.
It was just
if
fucking
you
random.
read these comics, if and
Or
where
if they
they
make
do
a
exist,
sequel and explain it more. I don't
yeah,
know.
I reckon this movie would have been pretty good if there was a series or something leading up to it. But all I cared about was the fighting. Let's
Yeah,
face it.
that's it.
Fighting was the only reason I went to go see
Story,
this.
acting, Idris Elba, the colonel or general,
Yep.
Mr. Military Man.
Typically,
I don't know
same role he
what
plays every
role
time.
he had. He's awesome.
Yeah,
he's
he was
cool.
good.
He's a cool dude.
The only leader, let's face it.
The
Once
leader of it.
Once he dies,
The
then...
man in glasses.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, the story is meh,
Yeah.
bleh. But robots fighting big monsters.
It's cool. Yeah.
That's it again.
See, because that's all that there is to it,
you know
I
what you're
can't-
getting. You know what you're getting.
I can't give this any more than a 3 out of 5 stars. I
What the
can't give
fuck?
it any
Oh,
more
I
than
think
3.
5. That's all right.
Yeah, out of 5. Yeah,
Out of 5. No,
out
I
of 10.
No,
out
I
of
think
10.
it's like 10.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I'm gonna do maths. Out of 10. All right. I gotta
Oh,
give
really?
it 3.5 out of
Okay.
7 out of 10.
Sounds
3.5
like-
out of 5.
It sounds like we're not, we're on the same page here. We should
I'm
do
a
it out
little.
of 10.
My page is a little further ahead. Apparently,
It's hard.
I'm half a page ahead.
Yeah.
It's a 5-page book.
Whatever.
Go see Pacific Rim if you like giant robots fighting, or if you liked Evangelion, or if you have nothing to do on the weekend.